Hello friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This Week 15 matchup comes to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, where the Minnesota Vikings look to clinch the NFC North, while the Cincinnati Bengals try to keep their playoff hopes alive in the tightly packed AFC. The Vikings come in off a huge win a week ago, handing the Oakland Raiders, the best team in football, only their second loss of the season. Now the Vikings will look to clinch it and take home the NFC North title, the disappointing NFC North. But even so, the Vikings can get to 8-6 today. It would lock up the division. Vikings and Bengals getting ready to go for you here in Cincinnati. Ken Anderson talking to his squad on the side, but the Bengals are going to kick off to get this game going. Vikings will receive as we get underway. Doug Pelfrey on for the opening kickoff, and away we go. Kickoff is taken at the 5, out across the 20, out across the 25 to the 26. And that's where the Vikings will start off with Kirk Cousins at the helm. But Grant's squad run heavy generally, but they certainly throw in enough. Cousins closing in on 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He's minimized the interceptions over the last several weeks, and as a result, the Vikings have started to play better. Dalvin Cook in the backfield, gets the opening handoff, and he is stuck on first down, 2nd and 10 coming up. Cousins drops, he looks, pass complete, Adam Thielen on a drag route across, he's out across the 30, it's a 6-yard pickup out to the 32, it'll be 3rd and 4. For the Vikings. Lamar Parrish on the stop for Cincinnati. Cousins drops again. Looks, pass over the middle. That one's complete as well. That's Jermaine Wiggins on the catch, and it is. It's another 6 yards out to the 38, and the chains will move. Vikings played a pretty economical game against the Raiders before it all opened up late. Pitch to the outside, out across the 40. Michael Bennett, and Bennett just back from injury. And he seems like he's a little bit rattled as he gets up. Hobbles off to the sideline. They'll check on him. So Bennett picks up 6. Cook back into the line. Remember, Bennett was their starter early on in the season. He got injured about 4 weeks in. He's just now returning his first carry. And he's taken off to the sideline. We'll keep an eye on that. Kemp with the stop. Cook gets a couple there. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the Vikings' 46-yard line. Another handoff. It's Cook. Stiff arm bites his way close to the first down, and I don't think that's a good spot. They say the knee hit, I guess, before he stretched the ball out across. Steve Tovar with the tackle. But they're going to say they're short here on 4th. They're right from midfield, but the Vikings aren't going to chance anything here on the opening drive. They'll take the punt and live to fight another day. Harry Newsom's kick, fair catch, called at the 17. He would have liked to get a little bit more on that. And now comes Kenny Anderson. Anderson and the Bengals in the thick of things here in the AFC. Anderson's been terrific. 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. 2,900 and change in the yardage column for Ken Anderson. 1st and 10. Bengals start from the 17. Play action, half-hearted play action, but a play action nonetheless. Anderson rolls. Pressure comes from the weak side, and Anderson's going to throw that one away. 2nd and 10 coming up. Vikings without Keith Millard, who is out due to an injury. There is still no shortage of power on that Vikings defensive line. Alan Page, John Randall, Carl Eller. They are a force. Anderson steps up, swings to the left. Good job by Anderson to step up in the pocket. He finds Dan Ross along the sideline to the left. Hits him for 17, and it's a first down. Third down conversion for Ken Anderson. Nice play there. Anderson saw a gap up the middle, stepped up, and on the move, threw it to Ross on the tight end out route. Picks up 17. Chains move for the Bengals. Hand off James Brooks. Brooks tries to get to the outside. He gets hammered. Brooks 18 carries for 74 yards a week ago. 2nd and 9 here for Cincinnati. Myers chatting it up with Anderson. Give it to him again. Out across the 40. There's a first down. Brooks accelerates through the hole much quicker that time. First down yardage out to the 44. Coming up under the 10-minute mark here in the first quarter. Just underway here in Cincinnati. Appreciate you tuning in. Quick little screen. Chip Myers picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Harrison Smith on the tackle for Minnesota. Anderson drops, pass, right-hand side. That one is caught, but shy of the marker. It'll be 3rd and 1. Joey Browner on the stop for the Vikings. Play action. Anderson pass, tipped away. Nicely done by Xavier Rhodes. Lays out and bats that one away. Intended for A.J. Green. It'll be incomplete. And 4th down. Bengals will punt. So both teams get out into that midfield area. Both teams have to punt. This is a good kick from Lee Johnson. Out of bounds at the Minnesota 5. So the Vikings' second drive will happen in the shadow of their own end zone. 8:07 remaining here in quarter number 1. We're scoreless here in Cincinnati. Handoff. Given to Ted Brown. He picks up 5. Little fullback draw there. Edwards on the stop. 2nd and 5 from the 10. Another handoff. Brown again. This time he's wrestled down. Picks up a yard, and that's it. Hendrickson grabs him and throws him down. 3rd and 4 from the 11. Cousins drops back, pass, no, it's intercepted. It's intercepted. Cousins is picked off in his own red zone. Kemp with the interception, and the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal from the Vikings 7. Bobby Kemp picks off Kirk Cousins. Pass intended for Brown out of the backfield, too far ahead of him. And Kemp picks it off, and now the Bengals have a chance to strike first. There you see that AFC playoff picture. Bengals right now on the outside looking in. But a win here could change that. Lots of teams jammed up with 7 and 8 wins in the AFC. And off there, Giovanni Bernard picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6. Another handoff. It's Bernard again, and again on a counter. Nothing new in there. So now 3rd and goal from the 6. Gotta think that the Bengals will look to go to the air here. Even so far, Sam Weich's offense 5 and 5. Anderson drops, steps up. Anderson takes it himself, tries to get in, and he does. Kenny Anderson saw a hole. He stepped up through it. The Vikings were coming, and Kenny Anderson, who by no means is a statue back there, but he's not considered a big rusher. But heads up, he saw the gap as soon as it happened and takes off. Lonnie Warwick grabs him, but Anderson gets spun and essentially is thrown into the end zone. Touchdown Bengals. Extra point coming from Doug Pelfrey. 5:20 left in quarter number 1. 7-0 Cincinnati. And you see 3 plays, 7 yards in a minute 22. Hard to call that a drive, but it is. So the Cousins interception costs the Vikings. Big read out across the 25 to the 29. Now Cousins will try to regroup. Of course, we talked at the start that Cousins has cut down on his interceptions in the second half of the season. Current with the Vikings starting to play a bit more like they were expected to all year. Cousins drops, pass, drag route across, incomplete. 2 of 4 so far for Cousins, 2nd and 10. Cousins drops, rolls right, pass complete. It's Thielen again, out across the 40, out to the 45. It'll be a first down. And away from the play, Randy Moss stretching out his shoulder. I don't know what happened there. That's a little bit of a weird play for Moss to get hurt on. Not going down the tunnel. He's just on the bench. So I got to figure we'll see Moss again in relatively short order. But for now, he's out. 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Dalvin Cook. Cook only picks up a couple there. 28 for 126 a week ago. And again, Michael Bennett back from injury. Bennett's missed 10 weeks. And Bennett comes back and then has to check out of this game with an apparent ankle or knee injury on his first carry back off the injured list. So Cook, if the Vikings decide to run it plenty, is going to get the load again, unless Bennett returns to this game. He's staying on the bench. He didn't go down the tunnel. Which could be a sign that maybe the injury to Bennett isn't that significant here. First down there, Jermaine Wiggins on the catch. Drag route underneath. First and 10. Handoff. Up the middle, and there's a big run. Dave Osborne up the middle, picks up 17, down to the Bengals 20. Osborne checks out. Cook is back in. Has the deep back here. He gets the handoff, gets off tackle, but the Bengals gobble that play up. 5 carries, only 7 yards so far for Dalvin Cook. Steve Tovar on the stop. 2.5 minutes left here in quarter number 1. Cousins, short drop. Now he backs up a little bit more. Swings it to Cook out in the flat. Cook's got a little bit of room ahead of him. Jukes one defender. Gets down to the 5. First and goal from the 5-yard line for Dalvin Cook. 14-yard pickup on the play. High formation. Now Osborne is back as the deep back. In the eye, it's Osborne. Osborne tries to cut it outside, and nothing happens there. Hendrickson blows that play up. Osborne kind of ran up Ted Brown's heels there. And it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Cousins drops. Slant, throws it behind Moss. Incomplete, 3rd and goal. They like that little slant to Moss down inside the 10. Seen them do that in other games we've streamed here. Play action. Cousins rolls right. Now he steps forward. Cousins is going to keep it himself, and he tells Ken Anderson, I can do it too. So Cousins rolls right, sees the space, runs it in himself. And the Vikings answer the Bengals score. Cousins makes up somewhat at least for his interception that led to the Bengals score. Runs it in himself. And the Vikings, pending the extra point from Blair Walsh, will tie this one up. 51 seconds left in quarter number 1. It's 7-7, Vikings and Bengals. 10 plays, 70 yards, and 424. Fine drive by the Vikings. Expected this one to be a good game, and it's shaped up that way here through the first almost 15 minutes. Kickoff taken at the 1. Stop just out to the 20. First and 10. Play action. Anderson swings it out into the flat for Brooks. They'll get a few. They'll pick up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Shotgun formation, probably the last play of the quarter. Anderson takes the snap, pass, complete, knocked to the ground. And that will bring the first quarter to a close. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Bengals, 7-7 here in Cincinnati. So we open up quarter number 2. Bengals at their 26. Anderson in the shotgun. Drops, look, short pass there, complete. There's Green for the pickup out to the 34. That'll pick up 8. Chains will move. And 10 is an I formation here behind Anderson. Play action. Looks, rolls to the right. And Anderson is running a lot early on. I mean, we say a lot. That's only his 2nd carry, but he's certainly been showing some mobility. He stepped forward on that one and made a nice little throw. That's only his 2nd carry. I felt like he's rushed more than that, so perhaps overstating a little bit. Hand off here. Trying to get to the outside is Archer Griffin. He loses a yard, his first carry of the game. Play action again. Anderson deep out left-hand side. Good coverage. Batted away. It's incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd and 11. Pass right-hand side. Incomplete. Nobody there. And that will bring up 4th down. So Lee Johnson will come on to punt on 4th and 11 from the Bengals' own 46. Punt is up, angle towards the side. They are going to try to return it, though, out across the 25, out to about the 28-yard line is where they'll spot it. And that's where the Vikings will take over. 7-7 game, 12:43 here, 2nd quarter. In Cincinnati. Sam Weich's Bengals staying in the hunt. Bud Grant's Vikings trying to clinch the NFC North. Handoff up the middle. Michael Bennett left earlier. This is his first game back. He's back in, though. Pick up a 3 there. It'll be 2nd and 7. Good to see Bennett back. If you're a Vikings fan, take a little bit of the load off of Dalvin Cook. There is Cook, though. Tovar with the hit. Brings him down. It'll be 3rd and 3. Cousins drops back. Pass over the middle. Complete. That'll be a 1st down out to the 40. First catch of the game for Bennett. It's a 6-yard pickup. First and 10 coming up. Handoff up the middle. Complete. Complete. I'm all right. Complete. Completely through the hole. Michael Bennett rushes down into Cincinnati territory down to the 41. That's a good run from Bennett. Remember, Bennett was in the top 5 rushers through the first 4 weeks of the season before his injury. First and 10. There's movement there. Bengals say the Vikings moved first, but they do not get the call. It goes against the Bengals. Mike Reed, neutral zone infraction. 5 yards. He'll be 1st and 5 for the Vikings.
Still 1st down.
Cousins with the pitch. Bennett to the outside. 1st down and more. Michael Bennett inside the 20, inside the 15 and the 14. 4 carries, 49 yards from Michael Bennett. Hurt on his first carry of the game, of his first game back, but he's running strong here in quarter number 2. 1st and 10 from the 14. I formation. Cook's the deep back here. He's going to get this handoff. Looks for a little something. Nothing there. 2nd and 10. Coming up. Handoff, Cook, big hole up the middle, 1st down inside the 5, down to the 2. Dalvin Cook, straight ahead running, blows through that hole. 1st and goal, down to the Bengals 2-yard line. I formation, handoff, Bennett, stop, loses a yard, Nelson on the hit. 2nd and goal from the 3. Cook behind Brown in the I formation. They give it to Cook. Up the middle. Bounces off one tackler and finds his way in. Touchdown, Dalvin Cook from 3 yards out. And the Vikings take the lead. It'll be 14-7 Minnesota. There you see, right behind Brown, kind of ran up Brown's back as Brown picked up Tovar. But kept the legs moving, found his way into the end zone. Here's Walsh with the extra point. It is up. And it is good. 9 plays, 67 yards. Just shy of 3 minutes for the Vikings. Kickoff here taken at the 6. Out across the 20, out across the 25. Good little return there. Throw it out to the 27. It'll be 1st and 10. Anderson, handoff, Brooks, off tackle with some room, out across the 40, bounces off of one hit. He'll keep the 1st down yardage, though. He was knocked back, but kept his feet going. Xavier Rhodes goes for the big hit instead of wrapping Brooks up, and Brooks keeps the legs churning. 1st and 10 out to the 38. Delay handoff. That's Archie Griffin, his 2nd carry of the game. This one much better than the 1st. Picks up 11 to the 49, and it's a 1st down. Chains move again. 10 runs, 10 passes so far for Sam Weich's Bengals. Another handoff. Brooks doesn't get anywhere. It'll be 2nd and 10. Coming up on 5 minutes left in the first half. Anderson stands in, looks left-hand side, incomplete. Anderson only 5 of 11 so far for 38 yards. The Vikings defense doing a nice job. Drops back. Anderson steps, throws. Now he's going deep. He's going for it all here. Tipped away. Batted away by Rhodes, who has stayed with A.J. Green. Good job so far by Rhodes in this game. 4th down coming up. Lee Johnson will punt. Try to pin the Vikings deep again. This one is angled. Fair catch is called at the 14. You see Bennett, 5 carries for 48 yards. Start off here as the back on 1st and 10. 4:56 left in the first half. Bennett cuts it, now looks for an opening. Gets to the outside, turns the corner. And Bennett turns the corner out across the 40, out across the 45. Michael Bennett coming back in a big way for the Vikings. He has missed 10 weeks. But Bennett coming back, arguable hold there. No call. Bennett shifts to the outside down the sideline. 1st and 10. Again, the Vikings coming off a huge and impressive win over the Raiders in Oakland. Vikings have been erratic this season. Thought to be one of the top teams in the NFC. It hadn't played out like that, but they're starting to round into form at the right time. 2nd and 9. Handoff up the middle. First down and more. Bennett blows through the hole, and Michael Bennett. Touchdown, Michael Bennett. The Vikings take a 2-touchdown lead here in Cincinnati, and the return of Michael Bennett has this Vikings offense humming. Pair of missed tackles and nobody beyond them. And Michael Bennett making his presence felt on his return from the injured list. Blair Walsh's extra point is through. 3 plays, 87 yards. 21-7 Vikings. Bengals run defense has not been good. They're in the bottom of the middle third. I think there's 18th, I believe, in rushing defense, if I remember that graphic correctly. Peeking at it pregame. Michael Bennett is having his way with them. 1st and 10 from the 27. Anderson rolls to the right. He's under pressure. He lofts one up, throws it deep, and it's caught. A.J. Green. So Anderson gets out of trouble, underthrows one a bit. Green comes back for it. Rhodes has done a great job on Green to this point. But Green shakes him there. Anderson, despite putting a bit of air underneath it, Green comes back to it and makes the play. 1st and 10, Bengals at the Vikings 29. Play action. Anderson, pass, complete. It's Ross, down inside the 20 to the 19. Again, this Vikings defense throughout the season, they're among leaders in sacks. They're among leaders in fewest points allowed, but they have allowed a surprising number of big plays for a defense of this caliber, and it has burned them. You know, they've lost 3 or 4 close games. They're 7-6 entering today. And they've lost 3 or 4 close games where their defense has just allowed too many big plays that led to points. That one is stopped. Chad Greenway gets us to the 2-minute warning with the tackle. It'll be a 4th and 2 for the Bengals. Got to think Doug Pelfrey is going to come on here for what should be a 37-yard field goal attempt. Try to make it a 2-score. So keep it a 2-score game and now make it an 11-point game. And he does. Pelfrey nails it. 21-10. Now the Vikings lead inside 2 minutes left in the first half. Pelfrey's kick taken at the 7. Out across the 20, out across the 25. .178 carries for 996 yards. And Bennett was injured a little bit later in the year than I thought. I thought he was injured very early. But he actually went a little bit longer. He may have been injured after like late in week 7 or something like that. I thought he had been out a bit longer than that. So that's my fault. But he is not at 1,000 yards in 5 games. Cousins drops back. Looks right-hand side, incomplete. There's a flag on the play, though. And it's going to be pass interference. So Takeo Spikes gets called for pass interference there. That'll keep it a 1st and 10. Move it out to the 36. Pressure coming. Cousins blitz from the outside. Pac-Man Jones gets to him. 2nd and 19 coming up. Both sides have all 3 timeouts left. Not exactly a good job of seeing that coming. It was literally right in Cousins' view. Appreciate you standing in, but he wasn't even cocked to throw as of yet. 2nd and 19 from the 28. And off up the middle. Brown looks for a hole. Gets 6. Vikings take a timeout. 3rd and 13. A little surprised the Vikings took the timeout there. I would have thought the Bengals would have. if anybody. Cousins throws, it's incomplete, out of bounds, 4th and 13, and the punting unit will come on. So now, we'll see if the Bengals can get decent field position here. We'll see. Sam Weiss might decide to be a little bit more aggressive. Snap, the kick is up. Taken at the 31, almost blocked. But he gets it off. 46 seconds left. Stands in. Anderson over the middle, complete. A.J. Green down inside the 45. Bengals take a timeout. 40 seconds remaining. Anderson stands in. Dumps it off, complete. Down inside the 40 to the 38. Anderson now 9 of 17. They'll take their second timeout. 21-10 Vikings, but the Bengals trying to drive, get a few more points on the board before halftime. 33 seconds left in this first half. Anderson, pass complete. Down inside the 20. Down to the 18. Hurry up offense. 13-12. Clock ticking. Anderson, pass. Little slant. Pickens down inside the 15, but they're going to have to take the timeout here. And they're going to settle, it appears, for a field goal attempt. So Pelfrey from 29, looking to make it an 8-point game. Kick is up and good. So Pelfrey nails his second field goal of the game. It's 21-13 Vikings. 3 ticks left on the clock as we prepare for halftime. Pelfrey's kick fielded at about the 8. Out across the 25. Out across the 30. And that will send us into the tunnel. So 21-13 Vikings. Bengals will receive to start the second half. Perhaps a little bit contributing to why they played it a little bit conservatively there. Hey, you see your out-of-town scoreboard. A few big ones this week. The 49ers right the ship. They hammered the Cardinals 49-21. Big win for the Rams, that 42-14 win over the Redskins. A big one in getting the Rams back into the playoff picture. Our next broadcast here will be the last game of the week. Chiefs and Patriots, a Monday night affair from New England. Both of those teams sitting at 8-6. Patriots trying to fight with the Bills for the AFC East title. The Chiefs looking for a wild card spot. So second half gets underway. Kickoff taken at the 3. Out across the 15, out across the 20. Good return out across the 30. Dalvin Cook ends up making the tackle out at the 40-yard line. But a good return. That's how the Bengals get it started here in the second half. Here in the jungle, as they're going to look to get down the field and get this game tied. Shotgun, play action. Anderson now dumps it off. It's a floater. Giovanni Bernard, who takes a shot out in the flat. He also loses 3 yards. Second and 13. Anderson in the shotgun. Handoff. Brooks. Brooks to the outside. Turns the corner. James Brooks down into Minnesota territory. Down inside the 40 to the 39. So Dalvin Cook has struggled a bit running, although he started to pick it up. But Bennett and now Brooks. Bennett's run very well. Brooks struggled a little bit as opposed to that carry. But breaks that one down to the Vikings 39. You're up 21-7 in this one. You're the Vikings. You need your defense to come through and hold this game down. Anderson pass over the middle, complete. Pickens fights his way for the first down to the 28. It's 1st and 10. First and 10 from the 28. Quick dump off in the flat. Not too much there. Ross popped by Lonnie Warwick. Fourth catch of the game for Ross. It'll be 2nd and 11. Henson shotgun. Pump it, quick flag. He hits Ross. Again on that little quick tight end out, but the Vikings are all over that play. And that's going to be a flag on Dave Lapham. So that'll push him back. It'll be 2nd and 16 from the 34. Handoff Brooks. Shakes through one tackle, now is brought down at the 30. 3rd and 12 coming up. Anderson stands in, looks, steps left, throws, batted away. Nicely done. Jeff Simon gets a hand out there and bats that one down. And the Bengals drive stalls out. So Pelfrey will kick from 47 to try to make it a 5-point game. The kick is up, and it is good. So Pelfrey from 47 yards out puts the field goal through. It's 21-16. Kickoff there, and Reed breaks the return into Bengals territory. Inside the 20, inside the 10, touchdown. Jake Reed takes the kickoff after the Pelfrey field goal. Goes the distance, and the Vikings take momentum right back. Last-ditch effort at the tackle, unsuccessful. Reed takes it to the house. So the Vikings led this one 21-7. The Bengals cut it to 21-16. But Jake Reed's kickoff return goes the distance, and the Vikings have the lead back up 12. It's 28-16 here in Cincinnati. Huge return for Jake Reed. Blair Walsh with the kickoff. Taken at the 3. Brought down at the 20. You see Kenny Anderson getting some final words before taking the field here. Still 11:31 left in this third quarter. This third quarter, first 3.5 minutes have seemingly taken forever. A game that was moving along pretty quickly through that first half. Handoff, fumble. It's on the ground, and the Vikings have it. The Vikings have it. Joey Browner falls on the fumble, and it has imploded in a matter of minutes for the Bengals. Giovanni Bernard leaves it on the ground. I don't think there's going to be much argument about that one. You may see a review, but that seemed like that ball was pretty clearly out. First fumble by the Bengals, and now the Vikings can take charge. 1st and 10 from the Cincinnati 26. Brown pulls ahead for a couple, 2nd and 8. Cousins pitch. Bennett tries to get to the outside, and Michael Bennett just continues to tear the Bengals apart. 1st and goal down to the 5. Bennett is hitting those holes so well. 1st and goal for the Vikings. Handoff Bennett. Looks for an opening. Gets flipped a bit. Down to the 3. 2nd and goal. It's Bennett again. Up the middle, nothing doing. Driven to the turf. 3rd and goal coming up from the 4. Inside 9 minutes left in the third. Cousins at the line. Drops. Good cut block. Cousins rolls to the right. Throws back across his body. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and goal from the 4. So Blair Walsh will come on for a 21-yard, what should be a chippy, to try to get the Vikings lead back up to 15. It is up and good. So 31-16 Minnesota. The Bernard fumble proves costly. Bengals got 7 off of the Vikings lone turnover. The Kemp interception of Kirk Cousins back in the first. Now the Vikings get 3 off of the Bengals turnover. 8:39 left in the third. Plenty of time left. 31-16 Minnesota. Anderson at the line. Handoff. Brooks. Picks up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. I actually think that was Joe Mixon who fumbled the ball, not Giovanni Bernard. I apologize. Handoff. Brooks up the middle, just shy of the marker. 3rd and inches. Harrison Smith on the stop. Handoff. First down. Archie Griffin with the carry, his 3rd of the game. Shotgun formation. Anderson drops. Woods is picked up. Good job by James Brooks on the slant. Anderson hits Pickens. 7-yard pickup out to the 38. It'll be 2nd and 3. That's the 3rd reception for Pickens. Handoff. Brooks. Brought down. It'll be 3rd and 4. Back. Anderson looks, goes deep down the field. He's got a man that's batted away. Oh, nicely done by Bryant. Gets a hand up and tips that one away, incomplete. So far in this one, an outstanding job by the Vikings secondary. Their defense as a whole, remember the Bengals, 3 field goals, but their only touchdown was after Kirk Cousins threw an interception in their own red zone. So the Vikings defense has been terrific, as has the offense. Minnesota is clicking right now. Nobody in the NFC. The 49ers are better, and the Eagles are probably on par with them. But nobody in the NFC is going to want to see the Vikings in the playoffs. 2nd and 5. Cousins drops back, swings it out into the flat, complete. Dalvin Cook, first down out to the 34. Cousins only has thrown the ball 13 times in this one, 7 of 13. Handoff. There's Bennett. Pick up of 5. Out to the 39. The way Bennett's running this one, the Bengals will take 5 yards. That feels like a win. 2nd and 5 from the 39. Pitch. Bennett gobbled up. Hendrickson brings him down. Loss of 3. It'll be 3rd and 8. Third and 8. Cousins stands in, steps up, and he's going to be brought down. Gets past the line of scrimmage. Geno Atkins, though, keeps him from getting free to the first down. And Harry Newsome is going to have to come on to punt. Good job there by Atkins. Cousins gets past Atkins there. He probably picks up the first down. Clock inside the 2-minute mark here in quarter number 3. High kick, fair catch called, not as deep as Newsome wanted it. But no return. Mitigates that somewhat. 1:52 left in the third, 1st and 10 Bengals from their 27. This could be a fairly important drive in the course of this game. Anderson, handoff up the middle. Brooks brought down. Picks up a yard. 11 carries, 57 yards for James Brooks. He had 20 yards on 1 carry, though. Anderson in the gun. Stands in, looks. Right-hand side complete. Zips that one in there. No. Oh, I thought he had it. That one apparently got knocked loose. Incomplete, 3rd and 9. I thought Pickens had that one, but it was jarred loose. Pressure up the middle, and Anderson goes down. Jeff Simon brings him down. And it'll be 4th and 15 for the Bengals. The Vikings pass rush had not gotten to Anderson as of yet. Terrific job by the Bengals offensive line, which is missing Anthony Munoz. This week, Munoz was hurt a week ago. But the Bengals offensive line, which has been inconsistent this year, has done a terrific job against the Vikings in this one. List of the Bengals' problems in this game, that hasn't been it. 26 seconds left in the third, 1st and 10. Vikings have the ball back at their own 34. Dalvin Cook can't find any room to work. 11 carries, only 23 yards for Dalvin Cook. Clock ticking away. We'll see if Cousins tries to call another play before the end of the third. And he will not. He will let the clock go. So that'll take us to the 4th quarter here in Cincinnati. Important game for both these teams, and right now the Vikings have the upper hand. Bud Grant's squad up 31-16. They have the ball from their own 31, 2nd and 14. Cousins drops back. Stands in, looks over the middle, incomplete. Back. Cousins steps to the right. Oh, sidesteps a tackler out into space, but now Cousins is frozen. There's nowhere to go, and he loses the ball. Bengals may have it. Cousins got out into open space and was indecisive. Takes a hit from Hendrickson from behind. Now, did the ball come out before Cousins hit the ground? Pac-Man Jones recovered. And we're going to have to see if there's going to be a booth review here, if there's going to be a challenge. And they say the ball is out. So that's going to count. Bengals get a huge break here. Handoff, Brooks inside the 20, bounces off a tackler. Down to the 10, 1st and 10. From the 10 for Cincinnati. Technically, they can get a 1st down here, but really, it's 1st and goal. Let's get that touch. Handoff. Brooks brought down by Chad Greenway. Anderson handoff. Archie Griffin, not too much doing there. Loses a yard. 3rd and 11. Wally Hilgenberg knifes his way through. Got to think the Bengals will be passing here. Got to take a crack. If not, no, they go delay on a draw to Brooks, who gets them down to the 8, but that's still going to leave them well short. But a field goal only gets you to 12. Now, there is a lot of time left. You could take the field goal here, but you're really still going to need 2 touchdowns. But they're going to take the field goal anyway. 25-yard attempt from Pelfrey. It is up and good. Kind of felt like the 2nd down play there, at least, needed to be a pass. then once you get the 3rd and long there, to run that draw, that was a lot to ask out of James Brooks to make all that room up there. So the Bengals make the Vikings pay for the turnover, but they pay in terms of a field goal, not a touchdown. So it's a 12-point lead for the Vikings. A tick inside 12 minutes remaining in the game. 31-19 Minnesota. Cousins again, I don't know if he came up lame or what. He seems all right now. He rolled out, and then he had a Bengals defender around his ankle, and he hopped out of that. He got free, but then he kind of froze. Once he got out of that, Hendrickson popped him from behind. Jones recovered the fumble, and the Bengals knocked on the door but couldn't get it in. They settled for the field goal. 2nd and 10, Vikings from their 28-yard line. Cousins drops back, rolls to the left. Cousins to the outside, is going to keep it. Doesn't get much. Does get past the line. It's 3rd and 9 from the 29. I formation. Cousins stands in. Looks. Steps up again. And again Cousins goes. Nothing is there. And it's funny, he dives. Nobody touches him. And then Whitley thinks of coming over and putting a hand on his back just to finish off the play. Well, really, in the rules at this point, that's not really necessary once the quarterback gives himself up. Here's the punt. Taken at the 26, and the Bengals will get back to work. First and 10 for Cincinnati. Handoff. Griffin picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Anderson drops back. Looks left-hand side near the sideline. Caught. That's going to be a completion. Green reels it in out to the 44. 4th catch for Green. 1st and 10 coming up inside 9.5 minutes remaining. Handoff Brooks. Out across the 45 to the 48. 15 carries, 81 yards for James Brooks on the game. Jeff Simon brings him down. 2nd and 6. Shotgun. Handoff Brooks. Brooks gets to the outside. First down inside the Minnesota 45. Down to the 44. It's 1st and 10. Anderson drops, looks, left side's got a man, complete, turns and goes. Green down inside the 25, brought down at the 21. Anderson now 17 of 28 for 199. 5th catch of the game for A.J. Green. He's got 116 of those yards from Anderson. Clock continues to roll along. 1st and 10 from the Vikings 21. I formation, play action. Anderson looks, pressure is on, fumble, it's knocked out and recovered. I believe it's by Alan Page. Anderson rolls, he gets it punched out by Doug Martin. Page falls on it, and the Vikings have the ball. Hand off Dalvin Cook. No gain. Oh my goodness, that's a disaster for the Bengals. The injury graphic overcame them. It is why they didn't show the replay there. 79, I'm almost positive, is Doug Martin. Alan Page believe is who recovered that. Cousins off his back foot, and a terrible throw from Kirk Cousins, and the Bengals have the ball back. Ken Riley intercepts it. What a horrible decision by Kirk Cousins. The Vikings get a gift, and up 12, Cousins gives it back. There is no reason, if you're Kirk Cousins, to force that throw there. Off the back foot, trying to evade pressure. You're up 12, coming up on 6 minutes left in the game. Just don't turn it over. Instead, the Bengals get another chance. Hand off to Joe Mixon. He fumbled the ball his first time. And Griffin there with the stop. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Hand off Brooks. Jukes one guy, but Browner brings him down, 3rd and 9. Bengals need to open it up a little bit more here, I think. Anderson in the shotgun on 3rd and 9. Rolls to the right. Still rolling. Pass the other way. Complete. First down. Inside the Vikings 35, he finds Dan Ross, who gets into it with Harrison Smith at the end of the play. Bengals get down the field. Anderson trying to get Ross to get to the line. Don't worry about the fight. Got a game to win. Coming up on 4.5 minutes. Less than that, 4:15 and counting. From the Vikings 30, slant incomplete, 2nd and 10. Anderson, handoff. Brooks stood up. Good tackle there, nothing going on. Chad Greenway with the stop. It's 3rd and 9. Pass left-hand side, but nothing is going on there. It's a short little pass for Ross. So now, 4th and 6. Bengals going for it. They go to the draw play. He gets close to the marker, but I'm not sure he got there. And the spot is short. So Sam Weish goes for that delayed draw. Again, he went for it with Brooks earlier near the goal line, and it got yardage, but not enough. You're less than 5 yards, that's one thing. You're at 6 or more. That is a very conservative play call from Sam Weish. Mixon got close, but didn't get there, and the Vikings catch a big break on a questionable decision from Sam Weish. And nobody is more happy about that than Kirk Cousins, because that second pick that Cousins threw was just an abomination. So now we're down to the 2-minute warning, and you can hear in the silence and see on the faces the crowd here in Cincinnati not at all happy with the play selection of that drive. Handoff. Brown is stopped. 4th and 12 coming up. Newsome will punt. Bengals will get good field position, but the clock is not their friend now is the problem. Fair catch at the 43. Minute 51 remaining. First and 10 from the 43. Anderson looks down the middle, complete, inside the 40. Hurry up offense, coming up on 1.5 minutes remaining. Anderson drops, pass, out of the backfield, it's Brooks. Vikings will be happy to give them that underneath stuff, though. 2nd and 2 coming up. Anderson gets them to the line again in the shotgun. Stands in, Anderson looking. It's takes a couple steps right, throws out near the sideline, incomplete, throws it out of bounds. Gets the clock stopped, doesn't take any chances there. 3rd and 2 for the Bengals from the 32. They empty out the backfield. Anderson drops, pressure from the outside. Oh, Anderson evades it. Great job, Anderson. Pass touchdown. Oh, what a play. Kenny Anderson to Jermaine Graham. And the Bengals aren't done yet. Pressure from the outside. Anderson spins away and throws on the move and hits Graham for the touchdown with Simon in coverage. The Bengals aren't done yet. Extra point from Pelfrey to make it a 5-point game. It's up and good. 4 plays, 57 yards in 52 seconds. Onside kick. Who's got it? It looked like it may have been touched by the Bengals. The Vikings have it. There's a flag on the play. It was touched before the 10 yards. Jesse Bates got a hand on that ball. And the Bengals look like they're going to be denied here. They can't stop the clock twice. 1st and 10. Handoff. Bennett. Brought down, picks up 4. Timeout is called. Bennett checks out. Now it's Cook. Dalvin Cook brought down. Bengals use the timeout. Cousins will take a knee here with 51 seconds left. There will be about a 10-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. Newsome is going to punt this and try to pin the Bengals deep. Angles it toward the side. He shanked this one a bit. That's going to be at the 18. So 12 seconds left, no timeouts. The Bengals basically need an out route to stop the clock and then a Hail Mary. Anderson stands in. Anderson evades the pressure, throws, and that's going to be incomplete. And now it's just a wing and a prayer for Kenny Anderson with 5 seconds left. Takes the snap. Anderson stands back. Good pressure. Good protection. Anderson doesn't get rid of it. Randall brings him down, and that's how the game ends. Hard to fault Anderson. Anderson was terrific. Got to get rid of that ball, though. All sorts of time. At that point, it's a Hail Mary, Chuck. You just have to get that ball in the air. So the Vikings come into Cincinnati. The Vikings clinch the NFC North. And they have locked up a playoff position with an 8-6 mark. It would win a tiebreaker over the Packers, even if the Packers swept out. So the Vikings punch their ticket, despite, frankly, a pretty shoddy effort out of Kirk Cousins in this one. Take a look here. Cousins 7 of 17 for 71 yards and 2 interceptions, both of which were, frankly, terrible. Anderson 22 of 36 for 294, a touchdown and no picks. James Brooks, 92 yards on the ground for the Bengals. Bennett, who was stopped, largely stifled in the second half, but 165 yards on the day from Michael Bennett, a long of 53 for him. And the receiving, A.J. Green, 5 for 116. Ross, Pickens, leading. Nobody on the Vikings had more than 2 catches. I'm not sure Randy Moss had a catch in this one. He did not. Randy Moss was held receptionless on the day. Tackles, Hilgenberg, Harrison Smith each had 10. Tackles for a loss. Jim LeClaire had 4 to lead the way. Sacks on the day. And it was Doug Martin, John Randall, Jeff Simon, sacks for the Vikings. They had 3. Pac-Man Jones and Trey Hendrickson each had 1 as well. Picks, Bobby Kemp and Ken Riley, the interceptions for the Bengals. So that will do it. Here from Cincinnati, a huge victory for the Vikings. Appreciate you all tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the game. Bang that like button if you haven't as of yet. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. Next game on the channel, the final game of Week 15, Chiefs and Patriots. Should be a good one from Foxborough in the Monday night affair for Week 15. Until then, folks, be good to each other, and we'll talk soon. The Vikings take down the Bengals 31-26.